What's up, y'all? Fun fact, I'm not the type of guy to get food cravings. I'm talking specific cravings for specific food. And when I do, very rarely, they only last maybe an hour. And then I'll forget about it and I'll just be like, that was weird. But this is a first in my life, I think. And it's very weird because of the specific food that I have been craving for the past 2 months, I would say. It's a very specific craving for a food that I don't usually eat. And it's been popping up all the time. When I wake up in the morning, just when I'm just chilling, when I'm playing video games before I go to bed, like it's a very intense, specific craving. And that craving is pancakes with maple syrup and butter. The combination of those three things, but not just regular pancakes. Definitely not the type that you would see on like a Google image search where you got a stack of flapjacks and then a pat of butter and then the syrup on top. Nah, I'm talking fully saturated. Every pancake is just moist. That's what I've been craving. Not just the flavors, but the mouthfeel as well. It's very strange. And I decided, well, I might as well satisfy that craving today. I got a bunch of pancakes right here from a place I never had before. I didn't know what to expect, but they are a little bit small, but they do look pretty good. I like this style of flapjack, to be honest with you. This kind of reminds me of how my parents would make them. They wouldn't make the giant ones at home, but yeah, we're gonna do a full stack. I guess this came with 12 pancakes here. So a decent little stack there, but I am going to butter and syrup every single layer before I get into these. They did include butter. Snap. They did include butter, which I don't usually trust Korean butter, so I do have my own. So let's get to work. I should show you what I got with the syrup. Maple Joe, the only thing I could find on short notice. I think it is from Quebec, but from what I've heard, it's kind of not sold too much in Canada, but I heard the legit stuff is from Quebec. Mostly local stuff, that you could find is the best stuff I've heard, but obviously I couldn't get my hands on that. Just got these slippery fingers, man. This does look kind of like real Canadian 100% maple syrup though. It's not that like Aunt Jemima. It's a lot more watery, I should say. But let's see if we can document this here. Oh snap, this really shoots out. It's insane. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I'll be able to stack this whole thing before it falls over or starts leaning like the Tower of Pisa. This is a wild bottle. Maple Joe, no affiliation. You'd think I would learn. By the way, these pancakes cost me 22 bucks. And the syrup was probably, I don't know, 10 bones. By the way, what do you think about this this craving? What does it say about me? Is it saying like I have low blood sugar or something? I don't know what is going on. I had a little bit of maple syrup 2 months ago when I did a chicken and waffles video. And I think that just made the craving even stronger, to be honest with you. Yeah, I usually would never eat something like this. So I am just as mystified as you might be as well. It's actually holding up a little bit better than I thought it would. Pretty pleased with it so far. Let's get one last blast. Yeah. He's about damn half the bottle there. That's pretty insane, but that's what we do. That's what we do. All right, let's try this out, man. All right, actually, now the question is, how do I actually eat this? I don't think I can do cuts out of it. I think I just gotta take one at a time off the top. So let's just approach it that way, I guess. And like I said, I wanted full saturation. We do have a nice pool of syrup on the bottom. Just dripping. Going in. God, what a fail. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I was looking for. Exactly. That's weird, man. I mean, I'm talking. This craving was wild. I don't know what it really. I don't know where it stemmed from. I'm really trying to figure that out. But like, I planned on doing this video yesterday, and even after planning it out, I was like, okay, now I probably won't get any more cravings. But I even had a craving last night too. It just hits me out of nowhere. Oh, oh yeah. That's something else, man. Let me tell you what. That butter syrup combo. The flapjacks themselves are pretty nice. A little bit cakey. I mean, they're a little bit different than how I had them growing up. A little bit different than what you might get at a diner. The original spot I was going to order from actually was closed randomly today. It always happens. Wow, dude, that's such a satisfying. It's not even really a bite. It's more of an absorption. You just kind of absorb it into your body because it's so moist. And sorry if you don't like the word moist. I think that's a thing. People don't like that word. I mean, I think that's the only way to really describe this, though. Moist to the max. Whew. Oh. I don't know if I've ever enjoyed pancakes this much. Like I said, I've never had a craving at all that's lasted more than a week, probably in my life. What about y'all? Y'all get cravings? Like, I'm always down to eat. You know what I mean? I'm always down to eat something. Like, I'll be down to eat a pizza or burger or tacos. And sometimes, when you're looking at a food video or just seeing pictures of food, you get that specific, oh, like I really want to eat that. But I'm not even talking about that. I haven't been looking at pictures of pancakes and maple syrup and butter. It just will randomly pop into my head. I don't know. This is the most random. Don't know what it is, but it was intense. Let me tell you what. So yeah, my plan is to. I mean, this is a lot of pancakes and syrup and sugar for me. I tried. Maybe it's because like anytime that I get something with, when I drink soda, basically I'll get the diet or no sugar stuff. I think like the ice cream that I get has no sugar in it. Stuff like that. I always go for the low or no sugar, just the artificial sugar stuff. So maybe that's has something to do with it. Probably not. I might just be losing my mind. That's all I can say. Mighty fine though. I'll say this is mighty fine. And yeah, even though this is not a, no affiliations. This stuff is pretty good. Maple Joe. I heard that this was sold a lot, kind of in Europe maybe, and apparently in Korea. But my plan is just eat so many pancakes and syrup that I will get tired of it, and then I won't have this craving anymore. Wow. And I think it's working. I think it's working. These last few are becoming a bit much, just so rich. So maybe this is a good tactic. If you're on a diet or something and you're just like craving a specific food, have a cheat day, you know, plan it out and just eat so much of that food until you get sick of it, until you puke it up, and then you probably won't have cravings with it for a while. I don't know, maybe not. And that's terrible advice. Do not listen to that. Wowzer. God, I feel not too great right now, to be honest with you. I mean, there's not too much syrup left on that plate. A lot of it did get absorbed into those cakes. That's what this is 450 grams, which is about half of that, 225 we'll call it, of maple syrup right down the hatch. I remember when I was in high school, there's this thing where I feel like the people in the class above me, they would go out and do this like maple syrup chug challenge. So this is back in like 2006 probably, before all the social media and whatnot. It was just like, you know, small town challenges. Yeah, and people would do that. I feel like I remember somebody had to go to the hospital because they chugged a whole thing of, I think it was not one of these things, but a big one of Aunt Jemima. Chugged the whole thing and had to go to the hospital or something. My town growing up was just like that. So yeah, that pretty much encapsulates that. That's a little microcosm of what my, you know, hometown was like growing up in, you know, small town in Illinois, for 3-4 hours away from Chicago. So I tell people I'm from Chicago when I'm traveling abroad or even in Korea, because you won't know what anything in Illinois besides Chicago, so I just say it. And then, you know, I'll end up keep talking to them like, so in Chicago, what about this? Or in Chicago, like, how's that? And I'm like, shit, I guess I have to explain now. I'm not actually from Chicago. I'm from this cornfield, soybean field, you know, farming town, basically, which we called the Berg. Terrible spot. I can't endorse it, you know, can't endorse it at all. Don't go there. Yeah, I really do wonder what kids, like high school kids or whatever, are up to these days in high school in that town, because I'll tell you what we did. We got up to no good, a lot, you know. I'll say, how much information do I want to reveal here? Experiment with different states of mind, and take that how you will, you know. Maybe we were just meditating, but you could call it that. But a lot of different stuff, just doing that all the time, driving around. What we would actually do, we would go to Walmart, and the big deal for our town was we got a super Walmart, and then right next door we got a big ass Menards, which was just amazing, because we would just go there, maybe or maybe not, straight out of a hot box, and just wander around and just act like little fools in the halls and like play hide and seek. I don't even know what we would do. Dude, I spent probably 100 hours in Menards, just roaming the aisles with people. And every so often we would have, you know, there'd be a house party. One of our friends had a barn out in the country that we would go to, crazy barn, and everyone would just get, yeah, see, I don't really know how much information to reveal. I would like to tell these stories one day, because I got a crazy one, a real crazy one. But I think we'll save that for another day. I've just been rambling. I don't know who else is watching this, but right now. But anyway, yeah. there we go. I think my craving is satisfied. The most extreme craving I ever had in my life. Actually, let me just get one more, some crumbs. All right. Thanks for watching this one. I appreciate you. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.